Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm just grabbing my water. We'll get started in just a second. All right. See who's on. Whoa, we got a lot of people saying hi already. Holy smogolies. True, welcome in. True, welcome in. I seen one of your messages here on Twitch. I responded to you. I don't know when it came, but I did see it. 396 TSI, welcome. Sharing the Tom's Army emote. I love it. Chapo, welcome in. Jurgen, M. Hazelhorse, welcome from the Netherlands. Trudeau, welcome in, everybody. About J-Ride, not yet, but we're not broke heirs either. 396, 5 p.m. there. Yep, 8:03 p.m. here on the East Coast. CW, welcome in. Yes, cocktail time indeed. I might have to get a shot just for all of you. HA than you. What's going on, brother? Welcome in. I appreciate you tuning in. Jurgen. Hey, from Germany. You got a neighbor from the Netherlands in here as well, like you said. Axis, good morning to you, brother. I appreciate it. I do. I look forward every single day to coming on here, trying to get everybody on the same page. Can you explain the spike on Bitcoin, the 2-hour chart? Did you see it high on 32,450? I will take a look at it right now. You have a couple million Shiba. Does that count? 396. We'll look at the Shiba chart tonight, too. I can help you with that as well. Nick, welcome in. Let's see who else. Redwire, Whitey, Conrad. What's up, Conrad? Whitey, longtime homie in the house as well. TX, what's going on, brother? Lanim, welcome. Love seeing everybody in here. Ooh. Take a shot for me, 8 months sober on the... Congratulations, my friend. Yeah, I don't drink much, but I definitely don't mind taking a shot during class, especially... when CW was so generous in sending me a shot, or the bottle of, the Duke. So, first things first, guys. Once we get everybody in here that's going to be in here, we'll go over how to do a leverage trade. I set my account up. I put in, I think I got 3,400 plus sitting in the futures account on KuCoin. So, that's, and I like to do about $3,000 leverage trades. So I got plenty in there to do a 3,000 trade. I can show everybody how to do it. We can go over it step by step so everybody who doesn't quite understand leverage trading can get an idea of how it works. What was that? Wow, thank you so much for the 300 bits, HJ. Then you popping the cherry early tonight. I appreciate that. The donation cherry, that is. So... first things first, Bitcoin, we're in this ascending triangle that we broke out of. We could be putting in a W reversal, and this is where we could possibly make a little bit of money. That's why I wanted everybody to be in here that really wanted to be in here, because I think tonight we could have a potential. Yes, it would end up being a short later on, but in the short term, we have an engulfing candle, and I think we could at least pull back up with Bitcoin. Maybe retest this area. I'm not convinced that it's going to come all the way up here. But we do have this bearish divergence that's trying to pull back down. It never finished a bullish divergence. So this could just be a fake out down. I would like to try to possibly run a position here while we're doing our episode. Because that's an engulfing candle at the top side. We're on top of the 20-day. So would I be surprised if this did a... kind of like a hook and ladder type deal, hits this top side and then pulls up. Ultimately, you get to reject it in this area. No. So, what I'm saying, excuse me, is we're at 29,712. I mean, is it possible that during the show we could pick up a 10 to 15% run here on a 20x trade? It's possible. And I would like to start doing more on the show now that I've been teaching every single class a little bit about the leverage. Every single class, if we can run a leverage trade for the 50, 60 minutes that I'm on, and by the end of it, we'll see what happens. And right now, we have an engulfing candle to the top side. We're holding, and you want to be on it as close to the 20-day. So 29,669 is that perfect spot. We're right there. So then you look at something like XRP. We're trying to hold the 20-day. So it's at 39 cents. We have a V reversal. We hold the support at 38.5. We're back testing the fallen. I'll show you. Let me pull this out farther. So we had the ascending triangle in the smaller pattern that we're back testing. Whoa. And we're either going to get rejected here or we're going to pull up. And we do have an engulfing candle we could possibly have. This is a squeeze candle here in the 4-hour on XRP. But it's got more pressure dead middle. I mean, unless this plays out as a bearish continuation, then we would head down. But if you bring it out into the smaller time frames, we are trying to hold the 20-day. It's just, we're on the bottom side. Well, actually, we're not. Yeah, we are. Fuck. Wow, a hype train already started 8 minutes in. That is very unusual to get it this early. HJ than you with the 300 bits. True, thank you for the 300 bits as well. That was very generous of you. I do appreciate that. And Jurgen, thanks for the 114 bits. Wow. I really appreciate that, everybody. So, what are we thinking, guys? Do you see what I'm talking about here? Or do you think this is just one big fake out and it's not even worth taking a gamble? Right now, Bitcoin is a squeeze candle right now. We're definitely having a squeeze candle. And if this were to hold, we could show a targeted move here. But I want to show everybody how to leverage trade as well. I'll get into it. I set up my KuCoin on my tablet so that I can show you. I have, I think, just about $3,400 in my futures trading account right now that I'm just letting sit in there. It was at $3,000, but I made a couple $100 the other day. I did take after I made $1,100. I do have some silver that's going to be coming to my house. I bought $500 worth of silver, so that's something I've done recently. But that's only because that's just something I do. I made $1,100. I took half of it and I bought silver. I couldn't resist, so I have like $3,500 in my KuCoin, which is spectacular, in my futures. So this is what we're looking at right now. For anybody tuning in, what I'm trying to do on this show now is every single day, if we can find it in the right time period and it makes sense and something's going on, we should be able to make a trade every single one of these classes. Right now, it would be a trade on the 20-day at minimum. You buy it right here. You have your stop loss at 29,626, and I'll tell you why in a second if you were to buy it. And then if you were going up from 679, even from here, that's 12% on a 20x. But if we're looking at it as somewhere up in here to get rejected by the 200-day, and I could see that, or we could do a bullish cross here. It makes sense because it looks like we have a W reversal. And until it breaks down, right, it looks like we could have a sneaky pattern here. So what I want to do is show everybody how this works. So there's 39 people in here. I think that's good enough. For XRP, it's a hard one. This would just be a short, maybe 45-minute play to the top side, guys. This might not even be that expansive, and no, there's not enough volume for it to be a sustainable ride. But we did have crashing volume on the way down, which means we're probably going to reverse back up during our class, at least to touch here again. So all I wanted to do is show everybody. So KuCoin, and it's going to be a small screen right now because I have it sideways. So my futures account, and I know the screen's small, but it's because if you flip it the other way, it shows a bigger screen on here, but I don't want to flip it the other way because it looks stupid to me and it's harder. So to do a short, you're going to go to sell. And now if we're doing Bitcoin, we go to Bitcoin. And then we have to, and Bitcoin, you can do it in USD as well, which is interesting. A few of them you can. My money's in USDT right now in the future, so I'll just pick USDT. And then we look at it. 29,726 are the bids, the top bid, but the average price is 29,735 USDT. So now we go back to the chart. Let me bring out the Bitcoin USDT. And then we'll go to KuCoin because that's what I'm on. This just gives you a feel of exactly where it's at. So this is what we're looking at. This would be the make it or break it time for Bitcoin, and this is where you'd be buying it, right here. And then you could have a stop loss underneath. So let's see what we got going here. So if we do and if we don't want to go short here, we're going long on this theory. So if you did this, so if it's a 20x trade, let's say I did 3,000. So 3,000, whoops, that's not. So what's Bitcoin at? 29,743 is what it's wanting right now. 742. So then if I went $3,000, it would give me. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I want. Whoops. So, yeah, that is right, because the price is 29,740 right now. Whoops. So 29,740. We say we want. Fuck it. We'll just say we want 2 Bitcoin. So if we buy 2 Bitcoin on the 20x trade, it costs us $3,047. Now if we go long, I just want to show you the liquidation price that would come in. So liquidation price right now would be 28,405. So if it broke 28,405, I would get liquidated. So if I was going to do this, that's where you come into here. So if you buy it here, you're coming as close to 28,706. We're at 737. That's close enough. Our stop loss, it would be barely anything. But for me, I wouldn't want to come over this threshold because I could just buy it back when it comes down here. I would have the stop loss around 29,638. So, I mean, just for shits and giggles, even though this might not be the ideal or 100% A1 time, I could show you guys how it works. I'm just trying to find to see. We got 19 minutes left in this candle. We are showing some upward pressure. We're close to 29,707. And I don't really want to go long here, but for examples of the class, I really want to show you guys how this is done. So it's 29,728, 729. Oh, what was that? I better look at this real quick. CW, thanks for the 500 bits. I really appreciate that. That was really generous of you. Pidson, I really appreciate that. You love my YouTube channel. Yep. We're growing there. We're almost up to 10,800 subscribers now over on YouTube. I love that you're watching just getting into crypto because I show the real technical analysis and I don't show FUD. So you're in the right place. You go have dinner, CW. I appreciate those 500 bits. That was damn generous of you. So this would be Bitcoin. This would be a Bitcoin trade, just so I can show you guys how this works. So 24,000 or 29,746. We could probably get it a little bit cheaper. So if we go long, we buy long. Because I want to show you the important part. It's not necessarily about being in the trade. It's about where you have the stop loss. So now we bought that. So now the most important thing, because it kind of come down rather quickly if it busts this. So what I like to do is I like to take my profit stop loss, go to the positions, and then we go to take, right now we're up $8.48, but in my market price, entry price 29,730. So take stop loss. And we talked about 29,000. What was it at? Where's Bitcoin? Our stop loss would be right here because you see how it's coming down. So 29,600 we'll say. That would be our stop loss. That would cost us $260 if it came down to 29,600 when it sells. Confirm. So now that's where our stop loss would be. So if it comes down to 29,600, costs us a couple $100 on $3,000 trade. So that's what I like to do. And this is a risky spot to get in, I admit. But I wanted to show everybody how to do it. So I'm not too worried if I were to lose 200 just to show the whole group how to do this. So because you want to have a stop loss, you don't want it to break this low right here. Sure, it can come down here to 29,678, whatever. But you really don't want to break this formation low here because then it could bust this V reversal. And really, we don't want to be coming much farther down than here because we want to prove that this is going to hold. So you're taking a shot in the dark. You put a trade out. You have a low right here. You could even put it a little lower, but once you start getting down here and it breaks, that's where it becomes risky. This is where you're taking a gamble that it's going to hold this area and play up in a bull plague formation. And this is literally probably a 50-50 shot that likely won't pan out. Because it could come down farther than this area before it wants to make the actual push up. But for introduction purposes, I'm showing you guys because this is how you have to do it. If you're in, you must have your stop loss set. So now I can go about my business. And I'm watching my position, but I can go about my business. So right now we're at 29,733, right at where I bought in. But this is what we do. This is how you do it. You have to put that, because what happens if Bitcoin just drops down 2,000 points here in 10 minutes? Well, right when it gets to 29,600, I'm out. You know, and I've still got most of those funds left. It's just, if you're trying to take a small shot here, this is how you have to do it. And there's always a risk. There's always a risk. So you have to look at it. Is that a reversal candle? At least it's on top of the 20-day, and you're trying to buy it in this range. And then I wouldn't want to be in it if it broke here. So why? I give myself plenty of room to come down here. Even down past here to a couple of these candles, as you can see. And I gave myself room down to here. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it shouldn't come down there if it's going to keep going up. So, and it's in a spot where we should get a reversal here, and we should be able to retest this drop point. And it's either this drop point or up here to that 32,000 drop point retest. So, then if you look at XRP, let me bring this up here. And like, we can do trades like this and not have the big risk. True knows what I'm talking about. True, you understand what I did there, right? You're always doing the trading. You know why, especially for demonstration purposes, you've seen the value of putting it right there, I'm assuming. Anybody who understands what I was doing there understands why in a teaching circumstance. That's a perfect spot. And it shows you. You don't have to just go with XRP. You can look at Bitcoin and be like, okay, I think Bitcoin is going to do this or that. Now, when you look at XRP, it's the same as Bitcoin. We're on the 20-day, and what you're looking for first is a retest to here again to make the M if it's going to get rejected. It's only a half a penny. But let's say you bought this in the right spot. It's close to 39.07. It's a 20. Well, actually not. It's about a 16% 20x trade right there. Just that little move there. And you've got 3 wicks down that are pulling up. So you're getting wick pull-ups. So would it be unusual for this to pull up? I don't think so. I don't. And that looks like a little bull flag. So if these were going to actually pull up, you could have a mini push-up. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm going to start doing in my classes or episodes that I do. I'm going to start in every single class. We'll start a position if it warrants it. And we'll have our stop loss. And if it hits it, it hits it. If not, we continue on. The beauty of doing it like this is I can kind of let this play and not worry about it. I don't have to look at my KuCoin. But I can look at the market because you're never going to find the exact bottom, and it's always going to be a risk to try to play it like this. But you've got to minimize the damage on a 20x trade. You've got to find where the area, it's just not worth it. And for me, if you're buying the 20-day, you got to give it a little bit of room, obviously, but I'm not willing to give it. And you've seen it was a $200 loss if it gets stopped out here on a $3,000 trade. But if I'm right, this will turn in. And I actually bought it a little higher than that. There. So if I play this right, this could turn into a 50% trade if it comes up to 30,478. The targeted move for me, I'm looking at a 1.57% move to 30,199 minimum. Assuming it breaks up on the 20-day. Obviously, there's no way of me knowing if it's going to. This is all speculation. I'm just basing it on we have an engulfing candle to the top side. Overall, by Sunday, this will probably break down, but I'm looking for a short-term move here with the futures closed on Friday. That's it. And it's we never have as many people watching on Friday because, I mean, it's Friday. But the 37 people that are in here right now, This is something that you really need to pay attention to if you're going to leverage trade, or if you're trying to learn to leverage trade. These are important moments. I've been in a Bitcoin long from 28,525. Do you think I should leave at 80x? Fuck, man. You're already up at... See, I'm looking at it to finish the last part of this move. I think it's going to come up a little higher, but there's no way for me to know whether I'm right or wrong here, you know? There's no way for me to know. I just have to base it on the parts and the technicals we're at. And right now, we're on the top side of the 20-day, and we created a W reversal. So, yeah... For you, I would have the stop loss right around where I have mine, 39 or 29,600. Let it ride, and then if it breaks down that barrier, you're not going to want to be in it at an 80x trade, especially if you're already up that much. That's a significant profit. And there's hard lessons to be learned all the time, I promise you guys. Pizza Breath, what's going on? I didn't even see your comment. You're here for 5 minutes. Hopefully this is part of the 5 minutes. True, you're showing 29,720. Okay, good. So you can see what I'm talking about. No problem, Steven. That's why I'm here. I'm here to try to help everybody. But this is and everybody who, even if I make money here, it's a lucky gamble. This would be, I don't want to say lucky, but it's a lucky gamble. It's just basing it on an engulfing candle on the top side, holding the 20-day for a third straight 30-minute candle. If I was ever going to take a gamble and try to show this is the spot, and I wouldn't go short, even though the market might feel like it's going short, this is a spot where it's proving that you can't go short yet. Unless it breaks this barrier down, it would be a losing trade. And you're showing a W reversal here. So this way you can get a sneaky little move up here to start the weekend. That's just usually what can happen. And then you look at XLM. XLM's been moving out, and it moved out of the ascending triangle, and it's back testing it as support. But true, don't you like having that stop loss? Do you think, what do you think of that stop loss at 29,600? I know it's not even a real support area, but that's how you minimize the damage. And then if I really want to get back in, I can do it at the bottom of the pattern if it were to break down. But I like to take these strategic pump moves here. I really do. I like to take these gambles. Like right now, hey, American Zebra, welcome in. I appreciate that. Jan, welcome in. Good evening. I see a couple people straggling in. If you're just coming in, I showed a little demonstration on Bitcoin. I put in a 20x leverage trade just so everybody could see. Why for Lord, welcome. I bought at 29,730. Put the stop loss at 29,600. It's a $3,000 trade, which is actually a $60,000 trade. I bought 2 Bitcoin, and then if it breaks down to 29,600, it'll sell it out and I'll lose 200 bucks. If it makes the move like I want, it could be a pretty profitable trade. But what I'm trying to do here now every night is to show everybody a strategy, and we'll see if we can pick up a trade each and every night. And then by the end of class, you would either decide if it's working in your favor or you'd get stopped out. But you can see the strategy here. You know, it's something that we need to do, though, because if you're going to buy a leverage trade, you've already got to have the stop loss when you go in. You've got to know that trailing stop loss. I call it a trailing stop loss. I guess it doesn't have to be a trailing stop loss because it's not changing. It can just be a stop loss. But it gives you the comfort of knowing that you don't have to, oh my God, we just dropped 600 points. I've got to be out. No, you're ready. So for anybody tuning in, this is all it looks like. So if you go to the futures, and I'm up 1.62% right now, but the most important thing here is my stop loss is at 29,600. It's in place, okay? It's in place. So no matter what happens here, I will not hit my liquidation price at 28,300. There's nothing more than that. There's nothing more than that. That's why I did this. And I wanted you guys to see the value of the stop loss and how it worked on here. And I don't usually trade Bitcoin in the futures, but it just seemed like the right play to make with everybody watching, everybody trying to understand what's going on. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. We have also DGB is having an engulfing candle on the top side. It's trying to hold the 20-day. So the whole market is trying to show us a vulnerable move up with little volume. And I can see the sneaky, remember what I talked about yesterday? The sneaky little sideways and ups. That's what you can see again here. And this one, because it's sideways and down, now you can get this retest. And if the whole market's going to do that, I don't mind being in Bitcoin for a small pump. And if I lose 200 bucks, I lose 200 bucks. That's the thing. It's all proportionate, right? I have a $3,000 trade. If I lose 200 bucks and I'm in a position in my spot, whatever. It's what it is. But I got into it where I like it. I like Bitcoin where it's at. If it makes the targeted move up, it's on the 20-day. It's already held 2 candles down here, and this is a reversal. You got a nice engulfing candle on the top side, and we bought it right around the 20-day. It's about as close as I could have. Missed it by about 20 points or whatever. And then we're looking for it to play up. If you're in XRP, you'd be looking for it to play up to the targeted move like we have it, to about right here at 39754. And on small 20x trades, and yeah, I understand a $3,000 trade isn't small, and buying 2 Bitcoin is, you know, but that's the beauty of doing a 20x trade. I don't have nearly enough money to buy 2 Bitcoin in a normal circumstance. But doing it like this and trying to have a strategic play, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Now, one thing I don't trust, which is why I put such a tight stop loss, is the volume. The volume being so low, it does give it an opportunity to jump up real quick, but it also gives it an opportunity, if this rolls down, to roll over real quick, and then we'll be down at 28,000 down here, 28.2 before we know it, which is why I don't want to be in farther than 29.6. It's that simple. I'm looking for a wild, volatile swing back up. Just something small. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. That's it. Even if it did this, good enough for me. You know, I'm just looking for some kind of small move back up. Not expecting it, though. That's why I said it's probably a 50-50 trade at this point. We can go into Matic. Matic's another one, and you see how they're all bouncing the 20-day. And this is a good sign for an overall market small pump. 1 to 2%. And for Matic, what you would expect if it holds the 20-day, it's nothing, no miracles here are going to happen. But maybe a push back up to here to 603. And it doesn't seem like much, but let's say you got it here at 58.85. You get this small push up 1.9%. That's a 40% almost move. That's about a 37% move on a 20x. 19% on a 10x. So even though on a straight trade it doesn't make any sense, if you're leverage trading, these are opportunities. But then you'd have the stop loss, and then it's like, Tom. So you'd have the stop loss down here at about 584. But now you see Matic's making an engulfing move to the top side, which is interesting. Oh, the market's starting to you see Bitcoin move just slightly from that 738 range to 755. It's not much, but it's showing an engulfing candle to the top side. So we're hoping this plays out. I'm hoping for anybody who decided to get in, who's watching, testing out the leverage trading, I'm hoping, this plays out. If not, like I said, if I lose a couple $100 out of this, that's the normal trading. And then you get into another one when you find a spot, and then another one. But you're looking for these key hits. I'm not looking to lose money. Trust me, I'm not looking to lose. But the point is I'm committed to lose. Stephen John, thanks for the follow. At 320 or 825, you were... I don't know what number you are. Hold on. Number 353. Holy smokes, are we getting up Number there? 353. Awesome. Holy smokes. What was that question? Can you explain the RSI and the MACD? I don't use indicators much. I believe that you don't need to use an indicator if you understand technical analysis. But I mean, you got the RSI, which is the relative strength index, and it's just basically the strength of the market. I mean, there's nothing more. It's giving you a hypothetical analytical standpoint with the price action compared to volume and all this other crap. And a MACD is just a different variation. But it's the moving averages and where they have crosses, and it can help predict bullish crosses. The most important thing for the RSI and MACD is to predict the strength in the market. Are we overbought or oversold? That's it. I don't believe there's any reason to even use it. No, I mean, not to not use it, because it can be used as your friend, but you got to have a basic market understanding. Otherwise, the RSI, stochastic, MACD, and all that, if you're using it just based on, just verbatimly, it'll get you hammered. I firmly believe that. So, we'll turn on the RSI real quick. So, the RSI has a bullish cross here. The price action came through the trend line. This is on Dogecoin. A lot of these are showing a bullish engulfing candle here. If you guys can see, a lot of it's showing a bullish engulfing candle. On Matic, it shows it as well. I don't know if this means that we're going to start pushing up, but Bitcoin has not broke through this on this part. Maybe it has. No, Bitcoin right now hasn't done enough. Neither has XRP, but Matic has. Matic started to push through. Maybe that's a leading indicator for the market. So, but the MACD is trying to give you it's trying to show you the market. I think it's a lagging indicator. Some say it's a leading indicator, but it doesn't really give you the information you need until the price action moves, which to me makes it a lagging indicator. I'd say if you're looking for more of a leading indicator, the stochastic moves faster than the RSI. But we're trying to show a little strength here with Matic. I mean, I'm not saying that that's going to be that the whole market's going to do this, but now I want to go through Shiba, engulfing candle in the 30-minute. We're going to see if these play out, because you see how it's trying to reverse here. That's why if you were going to make the play, you made the play there, but you want this 30-minute candle to move farther up. Absolutely, I use them to get a quick overview, then I just dissect what the chart is at. Yep, absolutely true. Because even if you're not paying attention all day, like I could have come on and said, oh, there's the RSI. We're about neutral. We're in a neutral area, but we're showing a little bit of strength here because the price, the price trend broke through the trend line, which means we're showing a little bit of mustard here. May not be a ton of volume, but we at least showed enough cahooties to get through this area. Now, it's either going to do one of two things. It's either going to prove an M here, or it's going to be like a left shoulder, and then I think it will probably pull down. But you're more than likely going to pull up here a little bit higher, as long as you don't get an influx of sell volume here. If you get an influx of sell volume in any way, and it doesn't have to be huge, in any way, if you get an influx of sell volume, it's going down. That's why the stop loss is so important. So important. And for experience, I like doing these kind of trades because it gets the heart flowing. It's a lot of money at stake, you know, and it really does give you an on-the-fly response. And then imagine if you can get down to 20x or 10x or 5x or 3x or whatever you're comfortable doing. Some do 50. One person's doing an 80 in here. Imagine how much easier it is to get in on the 1x and sit there. That's why I do it. I do this to continue moving my position if I can, but knowing that I'll have $3,500 at the end regardless, minimum, you know, to further buy everything I want. And everybody's like, well, you buy so much in metals. Why do you always spend your profits? Because there's nothing guaranteed in crypto, and God's money, guys, is gold and silver. I would rather invest in gold and silver than leave my profits in crypto. No offense, but we're in a bear market. You betcha, Pid. Is there anything anybody else needs to know here? We got 45 people in here. Oh, thoughts on Nano XNO? I don't even know if I do have a thought on that. DVD Barry? I don't know what that is. Hold on. XNO?
Thomas has a new crypto.
I always get a new crypto. Oh, yeah, see, this is exactly like some of these other ones. Watch how easy we can do this. And see, the other thing with the stop loss, if I didn't have my stop loss, then would I not have to sit on what I'm buying and trading the entire time? But because you have a basic understanding of where it's okay to be in, where it's not, what ends up happening? You can make a free trade. Yes, you can lose money, but I consider it a free trade because you're not losing any sleep. You know what you're doing. You have an understanding of we're in a decent spot to make a leverage trade. On this one, same thing. Same thing. Watch this. I mean, look how beautifully this comes out. If you just understand patterns. So when I first looked at this, I see an ascending triangle. So now I try to make an ascending triangle in the proper formation. And that looks good to me. So the reason that this is good is because right now, so if you're looking to buy this, you're coming as close to $1.12.5. You can have your stop loss right here at $1.11 on this uptrend. And yes, that's a pretty big drop, 2.21% down here. That's why I'm saying right here. Or it shouldn't come under this wick. You minimize it and put it at $1.11.6. Because on a 20x trade, what we're looking for, because you did have a wick pull down, you're looking for a retest up here and then a failure. That's it. Because it's already showing weakness, but you're just trying to get a little bit of price action. I need to know once I get my stuff in check, I am going to subscribe. Hey, absolutely, Pid. But you don't subscribe until you make money. That's my rule. And then, Pid, also join me on YouTube. On my Twitch homepage, you'll see it says YouTube partnered page. Click that link and join the more than 10,700 people on YouTube. No, I don't do none of that Carl the Moon bullshit, and I don't do any kind of advertising on YouTube. I could. I get offers for 60-minute segments every single day, and they'll pay me $2,000, $2,500 for my audience size. I've turned down every single one of them. As my audience knows, I don't advertise. I don't do affiliate links. I just give you the news, and I do the technical analysis. I tell you where you should be trading, and I'm not a financial advisor, so should you take my advice? No motherfucking way you should. But if you do, base it on what the charts are saying and not what I'm saying. I have a great understanding of the charts and how it works, but I also understand that things can turn around very quickly in these markets, and nothing's guaranteed. So yes, for somebody who asked, I have a trade that I showed everybody on Bitcoin and USDT. It's not up. I'll show you, but it's not up. Well, I mean, it might be up like $1 or $10, but I was showing everybody how to futures trade. It's up 0.5%. So my entry price is $29,730. I bought 2 Bitcoin at a 20x leverage, so $3,000 of my money. The stop loss is at $29,600, down $4 right now. So I showed everybody at the beginning how to do this. I told everybody straight up it's a 50-50 trade because it might not pan out because of the area we're in. But as long as we hold the 20-day, we have a legitimate shot. And then you have the stop loss at $29,600. Typical FUD play, one state bans. Oh yeah. What platforms are best for you? I like KuCoin. It's the only one that I futures trade on. It's the only one. See, we broke out of this area now. See this? 29,754 was broken. So now a lot of times you will come back down to the low part of this just to try to get people to sell. But it's already showing a breakout. Now in the next 19 minutes we want it to break just a little bit higher. But you can come down to, what is that, 29,702. But you're looking to break past here. The bottom line is you're looking for this to be an engulfing candle on the top side. You could probably take that down. Isn't it charging?
No.
What do you mean no? I had it on the chargers. It didn't charge at all? Well, what happened? Oh, I guess it won't. But that's what I'm looking at. Kimmy, thanks for the follow. You're 354. I really appreciate that. Kimmy G07. But do you guys understand what I'm saying? And technically, this would be about right here. Because you're breaking off the 20 days, what you're looking at. So you can put this here. Have your measured move. Understanding it is not guaranteed, guys. Like I said, this is a 50-50 at best because of the volume. At best. But because it's on top of the 20-day, it's a little more risky to play it to the downside. But it can come rather quickly. And another thing, because you guys wanted me to pull out the RSI, if you look at this, you're on the top side of the trend line as well. So you had a bullish cross here. You're holding the RSI. So as long as the price action's bouncing off the trend line, that can push you into a little bit of oblivion here. But these can be fake outs at any minute, guys. That's why I like to have the stop loss. I like to have it in a strategic spot. That's just how I am. Ooh. I'll have to go look at, I didn't look at Zill yet during this live stream. I love Zill. Oh, yeah. So Zill bounced 4 times on it. Maybe I should have went through my whole list first before I just bought Bitcoin, but it was an easier way to show you. Yeah. Showing an engulfing candle in the 30-minute. So the first area to test would be up here at 5046. But if this is successful, if the whole market does decide to push up one more level on a thinly traded weekend until Sunday, maybe have a push up tonight, we could base it off of right there. You'd be looking at a little move here of up to about 5099. That's it. It would be a minimal move. You'd want to have your stop loss no lower than about 4971 because you wouldn't want it to break through here at all. But you have to account for the fact that you can always come back down and hit the 20-day. So that's why you'd have the stop loss a little bit lower. That's just my personal opinion. Would I get in if I was you and not in? Probably not. Unless you're trying to test the way it works. But like I said, I don't typically like 50-50 trades. I like 75% trades. And there's much different areas where you would be able to tell, like, hey, we're having a volume surge or the volume broke down. But here we're in a weird spot. The only thing the volume did, though, crashing price, crashing volume, which is the signs of a possible reversal. You want crashing price, crashing volume, and the fact the area it's in, this would be the time, a desirable spot to take a gamble. That's it. But understanding that you're probably going to lose money. I bought Bitcoin USDT at 29,730. It's at 738. I'm probably going to lose money. But I have my stop loss in a spot that I'm willing to lose money. I mean, no guts, no glory, but at the same time, you've got to try to push it in your favor. And right now, on a 20x trade, I'm happy. It's barely moving. I want it to move a little bit by a little bit on every 30-minute candle. So right now, in the next 15 minutes, the job is to close over 29,753. That's it. That's all I'm looking for on this candle. Close over 29,753. Continue this bullish momentum. And give me a little bit of breathing room. That's it. With XRP, you're looking for a candle close at 39148. Oh shit, Ethereum, yes. And actually the targeted move on XRP would be 39833 out of here. Yes, I can look at Ethereum. I can look at Ethereum. I wonder if we'll get one new subscriber to the T-Fam tonight. We've had a donation. We've had followers, but we have not had a new member of the T-Fam. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you get that for free. You can join for monthly for free if you have Amazon Prime. You get one per month. You might as well use that on me. So, Ethereum at 1774. We're holding this. We have a W reversal. We're back testing the 20-day. And it looks like a nice engulfing candle on the top side. Not very much pressure on the downside. But we really want to have a close of this candle at about 1780. Because you want to have a candle close over this area. So we got 14 minutes to see. But we're on top of the 20-day. We've had multiple hits over it. So we're on top on the RSI. Even the price action's north of it. We have the price action is down here for the volume. The price, the trend line at 44.18. And we clearly broke over it. We're back testing it now, and it should meet up here. It looks pretty good. But see what I'm saying? You always have to have room to the 20-day. It's always going to come down there and try to back test it. Always. It's so crazy. Always. Remember how we talked about 29,704 on this candle? Maybe even farther? This is where you get all these back tests, because if it's actually going to break out, it's going to try to do anything and everything. You would expect this to be able to come down a little bit farther even, in my opinion. Hey, Wigbuster! Thanks for the gift, the tier 1 sub. Third one you've done. Holy smokes, filling up the categories. And G-Cuts gets that. G-Cuts is in here almost every single night. And I see G-Cuts is in here right now. G-Cuts! You got gifted a sub. How awesome is that? Mr. Crothers, my main man from Maine, welcome in. It's going pretty good. I showed everybody how to leverage trade. So we have a leverage trade out on Bitcoin right now. Or at least I did to show a demonstration. But like I showed everybody, this one is probably not one I would have got into without a demonstration. But it has potential. Has potential. So I'm not going to lie. There is potential here. But it's a very risky one. But the stop losses are in place. It's about a $200 loss if it goes south. Nothing big. And then if it goes north, it's about a... What did we measure if it does break north? The targeted move would be about 30,221. But we're on the trend line here. We're in a very tricky spot because if we have any kind of breakdown, it's going to come through my stop loss. But I have my stop loss down here at 29,600. Gives it plenty of room to work. But I'm not too comfortable with this position, like I said from the beginning. But you got to teach. And you got to show how to do it. And if I was going to do a trade there, that's the way I would do it. So I did it. So we're going to see. It is nice, though. It gets the blood flowing. You know, it makes you feel good. What was that? Let me see. Hold on. Do you use MetaTrader for which platform did you... Oh, I did KuCoin, Lord. KuCoin. I like KuCoin because it has all my ISO coins and DGB. IOTA's in the same kind of predicament as the rest of these are right now. They're all trying to figure out what they're going to do. Remember with Matic when it made that early run up? But this is still... There's still 11 minutes left in this candle. So this is where you get these volatile moves down. Because you try to push people out if it's going to make a move up. I'm telling you. It does this all the time. I've learned by leverage trading more, a better understanding of the market, because it shows, especially somebody on a 90 or 100 leverage trade here, 100x, they're getting hammered right now both ways. It doesn't matter what they're doing. So even if I lose money, I have learning experiences. Like, I really do. You watch these and you put yourself in a spot where you're comfortable. Like, I'm comfortable right now. It's a very small window. Bitcoin going up and down 130 points is so small. But you see what's happening here. We're trying to push down, but there's not a lot of pressure. It's tried on 4 candles, but it never can succeed to the downside. Julie? But I personally like doing these classes like this. And if you guys like this, every single day we'll have a focus on which part of the market we're at. And then obviously some of them might not be over by the time class ends. This one could very well go into the night. But back to Ethereum real quick. So you're looking, right now it's at the spot where you'd want to buy. And then you'd have your stop loss. For me personally, bottom of the bull flag, 1760. So if you bought here at 1770, you could go 1760 or 1743. It's up to you. It would be up to you. But right now it's doing everything we want it to do. Oh, Redwire, I really appreciate that. Yeah, blue-green. And it's a small possibility. I got into Bitcoin right now. On this trend line, my buy-in's 29,730 with a stop loss at 29,600. So I'll put it down on the paper. My stop loss is right here. I bought in right here on the trend line at 29,730. We're looking for a targeted move on Bitcoin up to 30,221. I have a 20x trade. If it goes south and comes down here, I lose 210 bucks. If it goes up here and makes my targeted move, a $200 risk, I'm looking at 25% on $3,000. And it's a risk of $210. So that's what I'm risking right now. So is there a trade out there? Yes, but it's not. It's at best 50-50. At best 50-50. And if I wasn't being a concerted prick right now, I would say at best it's a 45-55 trade. But I'm going to say it's a 50-50 since we're on the 20-day on the top side. But I'm not comfortable with it. Not at all. But it's more of a learning format here. So That's the gamble. You're risking $200 to make about $1,500 right here. No, I take that back. To make about $1,000 here, you're risking 200. So it's about a 5-to-1 trade. It's just, it's such a tight window right now that you can't play it any looser than I am. Like, you have to be this concerted. You have to. Oh, here, I'll show you. Yeah, the PVT 21, SMA 21. So go to the indicators on TradingView. Go to search. Price. Well, you got to type it in. And it's the Everjet one. Mine's the Everjet. So make sure it's the Everjet. Otherwise, it's all shit, in my opinion. And I found a 4D version of it. So the Everjet. But type in price volume trend instead of PVT and it should come right up. That's the one you got to use though, because then if you look, so Bitcoin down here, we had an average price, 511 Bitcoin being sold. Up here, 509, 510. So we still have about the same Bitcoin. Up here, we had 495. So it's about the same in this area. So what that tells me on a thinly traded weekend is we should most likely backtest. The only question is do we come down a little farther before going up? Ryan! What's going on? You're going to have to watch this from the beginning, Ryan. I showed how to leverage trade on KuCoin. So if you're interested in that, watch this from the beginning. This will be a very nice one for you. So now we got 6 minutes left in this candle, and right now, it's nothing more than a squeeze candle. And we're going to find out right now. We really don't want it to come below 29,680. We would like it to finish above 29,751. It's at 29,691, so it hasn't really moved. But, well, yeah, if Bitcoin climbs a little bit, XRP will a little bit on the weekend. But I'm telling you guys, there's no guarantee here. This is not a guarantee. This is far from a guarantee. Yeah, Ryan, full disclosure, I got into Bitcoin at 29,730, and I have a stop loss right here on the red line at 29,600, and it cost me $210, but I'm gambling that to make over 1,000 on this trade. So, and it's on the top side of the 20-day, but now it's pushed down below it, so it's, well, I don't think it's actually below it. I think it's right on the 20-day, but see, we want it to push up, so yeah, I mean, that's my risk right now. This is my gamble. And yeah, it'll cost me $210 if I'm wrong. But you know what? I put it in a spot that I like. It's a concerted gamble. And it's not, I didn't just gamble to gamble. It's in a spot where I like it. Okay, so we'll go to my KuCoin. So, and I'm down, I don't know how much I'm down right now on the trade. $39.96 or 1.34%. So you see the entry price is $29,730. Market price $29,714. So if you want to do a stop loss, you go to take profit and stop loss. You click on it. My stop loss is $29,600. So it'll cost me $260. So you have to put it in here. You put in the price. And then you hit the confirm button. So what do you mean I don't want to lose that? That's my stop loss. How else are you going to gamble, Julie? Huh? And then but that's it's already at where I'm at. So, but that's the take profit. The stop loss is down here. Obviously, I'm just showing you how to put it in, but the bottom price where it says the stop loss. Take profits above that. So that's how you do it. So I'll close this out. So my stop loss I'll take off and I'll do it for you in real time so you can see it. So take profit 29,600. You hit the confirm, and now my take profit stop loss, because you can put take profit on there as well. But I have my stop loss, and Julie asked, well, you're going to lose $240 or $259.74 if you do it on the 29,600. Yes, but you're not guaranteed to make money when you're trading. See, if you were, everybody'd be rich. So you have to put it in your favor. So we have the 20-day right here where we bought. And if it breaks down, then you have to have a concerted area where you think if it breaks that spot, because we shouldn't break this at worst. We shouldn't even come down there, is my point. But Julie's right. It's a big risk. That's $259 to make just over 1,000. You know, so you're trying to put it in an area that you need to. And we want it to close in the next 2.5 minutes. A little bit higher than it is. Yeah, Robinhood's prices will be different. Everybody's prices will be a little bit different. I'm using my Bitcoin USDT price. And then 29,693 is the actual price for Bitcoin in USD. Slightly higher in USDT right now. Yep, absolutely, Ryan. I'm glad I could help. Redwire, thanks for the 300 bits. It's been a little slower night bit-wise tonight, but we've still had some very generous donations. I really appreciate that. $3,000 investment. It's a $60,000 trade on 20x. So $3,000, and I could lose $250 on $3,000, or if it works out, I'll make just over 1,000 on the estimated move. So risk reward here, my friend, but it's at best a 50-50 trade and not one that I would advise unless you can stomach a loss, which I can. I like that trade. Let him hang. The Duke said so. Thanks. So that. Yep. Absolutely, Lord. Yeah, I have a 20x. That's why it's such a big loss. If I was only doing a 5x, it would only be like a $75, about a $65 loss. On a 10x, it would only be about $125. But because I'm 20xing. No, I bought it long. This is long. We're going long right now. Because it's on the top. And this is just a short-term move. We're just playing a short-term move here. But there's no guarantee, Ryan. Obviously, I'm always 100% up front. There's no guarantee. Especially in this area. But if you're trying to put variables in your position, this is where you're getting better than not odds to take the chance. And you can see we broke out a little bit here, but we would really like to close at 29,750. No. This is a long. You can 20x short or go long, Ryan. But in this case, I'm going long. I buy. I didn't sell. I'm looking for it to go up, not down in this move. Unfortunately, we didn't get the candle close that I wanted. So now this is going to be a tricky one. We really want to see a quick move up, though. Break this area would be... Remember how I said it always tries to push down to try to force people out right before it moves up? Now we're trying to get an engulfing candle here to start, which is good. It's better than starting to the downside. At least we have some upward pressure here. It's a good sign to start this candle. But Ryan, look. So, I'm going long, so I need it to go up. So right now, we wiped out our loss, and we're up $26.44 right now. And as close to 29,708 is what you were. As close to 29,708 is where you want to buy. I was comfortable in the spot I bought it at. Everybody's seen when I bought it. And I have my stop loss, as you can see, 29,600. I bought 2 Bitcoin. So that's how much this trade was worth. 2 Bitcoin on a 20x. You can see right there, 2.000 Bitcoin purchased. And that's why, even if it only goes down that much and my stop loss gets triggered, that's why it's that big of a loss already. So you understand what I'm saying? I don't like to watch this. Like the $28 might as well stay down 28. I'm already expecting to lose $260 on this trade. That's what I'm expecting. Because that's how I gamble. I expect to lose every gamble. Even though I put myself in a position where I think is good. And you can see how the entirety of this class, you won't often see Bitcoin only stay in a range like this, but it's because I bought it in an area where it's a literal 50-50 area. And I would even be happy on the down low I would be happy even if it did this. That's a 10% trade. Be okay with that. It's only a couple $100, but I'm okay with that. If it had to go that route. Oh, that means it's a 20x trade. That's 20 times. So on my $3,000, it's a $3,000 trade, but it's actually worth $60,000. Hey, Noah, that's what I do though. I'm always very honest. That's why my following on YouTube grew very fast. And like I said, guys, this is not a trade that I would personally, well, I took it, but if I was a beginner, if I couldn't stomach a $250 loss, I wouldn't even take it. Because to me, I feel like this is going to be a losing trade. Even if I make money, I feel like this has a chance of being a losing trade. But for teaching purposes and for my own gambling needs, this is a spot that I like to take the gamble. You guys remember, I'm the same person who bet $10 3 times in 1 week on FanDuel and turned it into a plus 10,000% trade. Or plus 10,000 to 1 odds. I put $10 and it turned into 1,100, 1,300, and like 1,000 once. So, yeah, it's 60,000 off of 3K. Absolutely. So basically, my $3,000 trade turned into a $60,000 trade. But it moves as such. But the problem is, no. I can only lose $3,000. I can only lose right now, though, when it hits 29,600, I can lose $259 as my max loss, no matter what Bitcoin does. That's my stop loss. And it's because I'm afraid of areas like this. Because I have a 20x leverage trade. I'm borrowing $57,000 technically. That's how you do it on KuCoin. But like I told everybody, I wouldn't be comfortable getting into this trade if I'm not comfortable losing money. I wanted to do it so everybody could see how to trade. And because of the area it was in, it made more sense to go long. But like I said, there's no guarantee. Like, I expect to get liquidated out. There you go. So it probably, yeah, see, it liquidated it out. And you had the M that ended up playing out. And that's why you had to have this area, because now it might shoot straight down. So that is the demonstration. That is exactly why I said I wouldn't get into it unless it was for a teaching moment. Because I like to have better than 50-50. Now, I might not have put the leverage down far enough, because now it could bounce off of here and then it liquidated me. But I'll show you what I mean. So it liquidated me. So now I'm already out. So that order liquidated me. I can't lose any more than what I put in there. So I lost that $259. That's what I'm saying. That's how it works. But you see how quickly that happened. So if it pulls up now, I should have had it a little bit lower. But at the same time, that's starting to show the end. But you see why I said that's not really the area to get in. It was a good teaching moment. But it wasn't one of those, because of how quickly it can pull down, there's no volume. There's no volume. So, now, if this breaks down, that's why you have to have the stop loss. The targeted move would be down to the downside here. So, that's why you have to have it like that, though. That's why I thought it was a good demonstration. I do. Okay, I lost 200. It's a good demonstration. I think it needs to be shown, and I think people need to understand. That's how quickly you lose it, though. So, but we've run over, guys. It's 9:06. I appreciate everybody watching. I think this is the best way to teach, though, and the best way for everybody to learn, in my opinion. So, I mean, that's how it works. So, I thank everybody for tuning in. And yes, Redwire was absolutely, yes, crypto at 100. 100%. Oh, I'm not. It's all good, Ali. I'm not worried about it. That was just, I like doing stuff like that. Sometimes you got to do it right in there so everybody can see. There's no guarantee in the market, and I need everybody to understand that. But I appreciate you tuning in, Ali. Redwire, no problem. To Byron, thank you so much. Redwire, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. Have a good night, Noah. Right, no, don't be sorry. I'm not. That's how this game works, guys. The most important thing is you see how it works. You understand. That's all that's what I need. Conrad, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. And yes, watch this from the beginning. Same thing I said from the beginning is exactly how it ended up ending. Which leads to the question of why didn't I go short? Well, the bottom line is when we're looking at it, we're on the top side of the 20 days, so we're playing to the top side. Knowing full well that, you know what, though? You know what? At the end of the day, maybe I should have went short. Because it's a bear market and being a 50-50 buy, maybe that's on me. But then again, if we would have bought it right where we did when it made that move up, no, it probably wouldn't have liquidated us. Because we could have come up here and we could have played it up to 29,896 instead of down here. But that's what I mean. This was a no-win situation. Even if it went up, you can't feel good about it. But I guess in a bear market, you could have said, hey, it's going short. There's no volume. And then just lived with it if it went up. That's absolutely a possibility of how you could have done it. But all right, guys. Conrad, I appreciate that 100 bits on the way out. Ryan, yes, sir. You know, you're not an idiot, Ryan. You just are. You've been watching a lot of people that don't understand. But you're welcome, everybody. Really, you're welcome. XLM, if the market's moving down, it probably will. We got to see how it plays this area, but it's set up for a drop. Especially if it comes back into the ascending triangle, it'll come back down to 14 cents. Have a good night, everybody. Stay blessed. Yeah, it shows it on there. It's just right on the side. It's quick, but I mean, you can watch it as the trades are going through.